camera's wiggling. Oh well. Hey y'all, it's me, Dixie Hippie. Welcome to my kitchen at Smithdale Acres. Today, I'm gonna show you we're gonna learn together how to make unicorn ears and unicorn horns for an order of special unicorn cupcakes for my friend Brittany's little girl's birthday. Actually, she's my cousin, Brittany. So it's for a cousin's birthday. Now, I'm not a fondant queen. I'm the queen of buttercream. And so I'm kind of learning as I go. I use fondant for accents here and there, but I'm not an expert, so we're gonna learn together. I have some Sunny Side Up Bakery white vanilla fondant that I got from Hobby Lobby yesterday. So I'm going to be using that. And I also I talked to a lady at Hobby Lobby and she told me this stuff will make fondant harder and I need the unicorn horns to be stiff so when I stick them in there they don't just flop down. This is called Titex gum. And also I do know with fondant, you need to use powdered sugar or cornstarch. Well, this has the same texture as it, and it's edible, so I don't see why I shouldn't use it. So I'm just gonna put some on my parchment paper. My parchment paper I got at Walmart. Oh, there's construction workers here at my house working on my siding, and their tools and equipment make some crazy noises. So sorry if we have any interruptions. Anyway, I got this parchment paper at Walmart. It is Wilton brand. I use it for a lot of different things. I use it for mainly when I put in a hot pound cake to cool and I flip it out, I put it on the plate so it doesn't stick and make a mess. But it also makes a great surface protector if you're gonna roll out pie crust or mess with fondant or whatever. Or you can bake cookies right on it. So these are the three things I have right now. I got my paper, my powder, and my fondant. I also have a knife. So what we're gonna do is just rip off a chunk. We're gonna rip off a chunk of fondant just like that. And I'm gonna work some of this powder into it. Now, I washed my hands very thoroughly before I started this project. Number one, it's sanitation. And number two, especially with white fondant, you don't want any food coloring or other things to change the color of the fondant. You need it to stay bright white. So, you always make sure you check your hands twice before you touch any fondant. Because if you get a speck in it, you just gotta throw it in the garbage. There's no going back. Okay, so I just kind of mess with it like it's Play-Doh or clay. And I'm making a tube. I did this a little while ago and I made 11.5 pairs of ears. Then I thought to myself, why don't I make a YouTube video? I've been saying for a long time I need to make some YouTube videos. And I always decided not to because, well, I don't have some fancy set and I don't have some fancy camera. But you just need to use what you got and make the best of what you have. And so that's what I decided to do. I'm using my phone for this video clearly. So I'm gonna roll out this little puppy, making a fondant snake. I think I may have gotten too much, but that's okay. Better to get too much than not enough. That's what I say when it comes to cake decorating. If you don't get enough, it's hard to add some, but if you take too much off, you can put some back. Okay, so we got this little rope, a little smile, and now I'm going to divide it into, let's see, if I need a dozen more pairs of ears, a dozen is 12 times 2 ears, so that's 24 ears, plus a half a pair, so that's 25. So we'll just make it 24. Now I'm going to cut it in half, and then cut each side in half. That means I've got 4 sections, and divide those up again. This is going to be my extra ear right here. Looks like a little marshmallow. So I've got now 6 sections. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 sections. And if I need 24, these 6 times 3 is 24. We are having a math lesson, people. It is like bakery version of Schoolhouse Rock in here. I love Schoolhouse Rock. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 24, 27, wait, 21, 24, 27, 30. Okay, so I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. That didn't work out. Okay, I need to watch my Schoolhouse Rock videos again. 19. Whatever. Okay, I'm not even going to worry about it. It's not a big deal. Okay, so I have, instead of numbering, I decided to go with, I have a little mound. I have a little mound. Can you see? Okay. I have a little mound of marshmallow looking things. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take them, and I rolled it in my hand to soften it up with the warmth from my hand. And I'm going to kind of, okay, roll it up. And then I'm kind of going to pinch it with this way and pinch it this way. So it looks like this. And then I'm going to go with that shape and make it into a little triangle. A little fat boy triangle. So now it's a little pyramid looking thing. And I'm just going to kind of smash it with my fingers and make the point go down, because we don't really need any pointy ears. We kind of want soft lines, because this is a unicorn cupcakes for a little girl. She's like 2 or 3. Okay, so I've taken my little, it looks like a shark tooth, and I'm just kind of, sorry about my fingernails. I wash so many dishes I can't keep nail polish on hardly. Oh well. Okay, so we're gonna do that. And that's all for that. So now what I'm going to show you, I'll do these in a little bit. Now I want to show you something else. I have my food coloring bag right here. Now I think this, when I bought this bag, I believe I bought it as, it was a makeup bag originally. I didn't use it as a makeup bag. I got it and it was a makeup bag, but I decided to use it specifically for my food coloring. Now, as you can see, this is what it looks like. It's kind of messy. That's why I got a thick rubber plasticky bag. because it's undoubtedly your food coloring will have an accident and make a mess, just like my bottle of red has, and it got on the lid of my violet. So it's okay. So it's better for me if it's kind of sealed up. I need pink. Okay. Got some pink. And what I'm gonna do, pardon me a minute. I gotta get something. Okay. What I'm gonna do is I'm going to take a little dab of the food coloring, just a little bit, because we want it to be a soft pink. We're gonna make some internal unicorn ear fur, I suppose. So what I've done, I have some water, and I have a little measuring cup. I've got me a little bit of water, just a small amount. We don't need a lot. So I took some pink food coloring and mixing it up. Basically like making watercolor. We're making watercolor. I think that I need less water and more color. Just gonna make that a happy, beautiful color. It's bright and cheerful, just like the little girl who's gonna eat these cupcakes tomorrow. All right. Now, there's one little lump floating in it. There we go. All right, now what I'm gonna do, first of all, I'm gonna take one of my unicorn horns that I've made and let sit for about 30 minutes. It's pretty stiff now, watch. I mean, you couldn't see that, hold on. So it's pretty hard. I'm gonna take it. I've got this little tool. I believe I got it at Walmart also. It's Wilton, and it is a flower tool. Oh. Whatever. Okay, so I'm gonna take a little bit of the watercolor we made, and I'm going to paint the inside of the unicorn horn. I mean ear. Just like that. See? Okay. Just gonna paint it very gently. So that was fun. Now, next, I would like to show you, or let's learn together how to make unicorn horns. I have, however, made some unicorn horns at a previous job. When I was bored one day, I played with some fondant, and I had a good time making their horns. So I'm gonna get another chunk of fondant. Matter of fact, I need to get like 3. I'm thinking 3 because, yeah, that would be good. Okay, I've got 3 chunks of fondant, people. That is 1, 2, and 3. It's the magic number. All right. When you're not using your fondant, make sure to kind of cover it and put it back in the box or a container so it won't dry out. I got 3 colors out because I will be mixing 3 different colors for the spiral in the horn. First, I'm gonna do, I suppose I'll do light blue. Okay, I'm gonna do blue. I'm gonna do purple. Now remember what I said about getting things on your hands? My hands now have red on them because there was red on here. So I'm gonna have to fix that. Get my blue out. And the cool thing about, oh, forgot I have a wet paper towel right here. Clean them off. Sometimes I have to admit I do just wipe them on my apron or my shirt. I wear a lot of tie-dye because when you get something on it, you can't tell. And the stains just blend on in. So when you got food coloring splattering everywhere, nobody knows the difference. Okay, so I made a point with my fondant. I don't like to wash dishes. I mean, I do wash dishes, don't get me wrong, but I don't like to. Who does? So anyway, instead of wasting a knife or a spoon to color this fondant, I'm just gonna dip it right in. See? Dip it in there. And then I'm gonna work this blue right on in. And I also need to work some of that powder in. Alright, so I'm just gonna do that. It's just like Play-Doh or clay. Really, you could make all kinds of neat shapes. It's looking pretty swirly right now. It's neat looking. You just keep squishing it and working it back and forth. Over and over, layer after layer. I like decorating because it's art that you can eat. Some people sculpt things that last forever. I sculpt things that last a couple days and then they begin to mold. If you don't eat them, you have to throw them away. But most of the time people eat them. I don't like fondant though, and I don't know anybody honestly that does like fondant. So these are made mainly for decorations, but you can eat it. It is edible. All right, now the blue is ready. It's ready. So that's good. Next, we're gonna go ahead and do purple. Same story, just dip it on in there. Oops, oh well. So I'm just working it. Back and forth. Now the lady at Hobby Lobby that is the cake decorator that I talked to, she told me, I asked her about if she had ever used the Sunny Side Up. I think it's basically the Hobby Lobby brand of fondant. And she said she did, and it's pretty soft, which I've noticed it's true. It's pretty soft. And she said to use Tylose powder. And I said, Tylose? What's Tylose? I've never heard of that. And I've been decorating cakes for a long time. Well, I don't use fondant. That's why I don't really know about Tylose. And she said they sell it at Walmart. Well, I didn't feel like going back to Walmart. So I looked up the ingredients. And that is the same thing as this Titex gum. It says, for perfectly pliable gum paste, ideal for sculpting, professional style flowers, and decorations. And it also has a recipe for gum paste on it. So I guess this is the ingredient that you need to add to this normal household ingredients to make gum paste. Now the purple is done. Got a pretty shade. It's a really grape looking purple. I'm gonna go ahead and close this up and put it back into its home. I try to clean as I go and listen to the wisdom of my mother. She always said, clean as you go. So that's what I do. Thanks, Mom. I really need to. Yeah, it'll be okay. All right, so next we have pink. That is the final color that we're gonna do. Third time, just stick it right down in there. I would recommend these food coloring, this kind of food coloring, over liquid food coloring when you're working with cake decorating mediums, I guess you'd say, media. You want to have high pigment and little moisture, because you don't want to change the texture of what you're working with by adding too much moisture. And so by using gel food coloring, it does that. It gets that across. You're getting high pigment and low moisture. What's nice is about this pink, where I'm using the same shade pink inside the ears, except it's muted by adding water, like watercolor. So it still matches. Everything's gonna match on this cupcake. Okay. It's a pretty bright pink, but that's good. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is make sure all these different colors, make sure this is all powdered. Make sure these different colors are good and warm. And I'm going to roll them into snakes just like I did with the ears. Okay, that's one. And next there's the purple. Sometimes it acts like it just wants to crack in your, and you might be worried that it's too dry, but if you keep mashing on it, it can come back to life. Okay, so now we got the purple. You want to make sure these snakes that you're making are about the same length. And then you want to do the blue. Oh. There's somebody at my window. Okay, now we're going to attach all these together. I wonder if I should use water. Let's try it. I'm going to dip my finger in the water and just spread some, making it sticky. And then glue the snakes together. It seemed to work. All right, and then I'm going to do the same for the blue. And I'm going to put the blue kind of in the middle of the pink and purple. I feel like it's like I'm a candy maker or something. Okay, obviously I need to wash my hands now. I will be right back. We now interrupt your scheduled entertainment to provide you a message from weird. My hand's still weird. Okay. Much better. Now, they're stained, but they're clean. And that should not rub off onto this fondant. What I'm going to do is gently do the campfire. It's like you're starting a campfire. You roll it back and forth in your hand. We're just going to campfire it on down. To try to make it round. Then I'm going to double it. I'm having a problem. It's not sticking. Maybe I should add more water. This is not working. Okay, what would MacGyver do? I don't know. MacGyver wasn't a baker. It's gonna be all right. Just keep working on it. Okay, this is working. Roll it. I just kind of squeezed it together. Okay. It's gonna be all right. You just gotta keep messing with it. Okay, I gotta weigh this thing down. Gonna try. Okay, so divided it in half, then divided this in half. Okay. Don't give up. I'm trying to think of something. I'm gonna finish this video by making one big unicorn horn. Sometimes in life, your plans don't go through the way that you think they're gonna. That's why you have to have a backup plan. So, if you want to see what my backup plan is, just go on my Facebook, which is Dixie Hippie, and I will be posting a picture. Now, here you got one large unicorn horn. If we were doing a giant cupcake, this would be perfect. I think I'm gonna save this for another occasion, and maybe we'll make a unicorn cake. I'll just have to put it in a Ziploc and put it in the freezer. Now, what did we learn today? We learned to research before you start making something, and try to make it before you make a YouTube video. And also, we learned how to improvise. Thanks for tuning in, and I hope you learned something. I had a good time learning today.